Yep. All right, need an approval for minutes from Thursday, October 12th. And David and Caleb can vote on this one.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the October 12th meeting.
All right, second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Jump into basically old business. Basically our balance for the recreation fund after they took the 2 drafts for the bike trail, we'll have about 140,000, and that pretty much will run us to August. We got to pay the mowing, park hose, everything else, like all the maintenance and everything that you guys see, electric bills, supplies, fuel, and everything. So that pretty much will run till August, and then from there we're back to ground zero, probably about a $70,000 budget, somewhere around in there. So
I didn't want to interject, Cliff. That 150, 140.
140.
That's not going to be there.
Okay.
They're making the final payment from the park fund for this bike trail. It's about 130,000. So
Okay.
your funds are going to be gone.
All right.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah.
And what does the tax
Yeah.
bring in?
About 70 on a good year.
Yeah.
And does it come in annually or does it come in quarterly? How does I don't know how that tax
Yeah, I
how
don't
they
know
bring it in.
I don't know exactly when that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it comes in. I think it comes in quarterly. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it comes in a quarter.
I can ask at the meeting Monday. Maybe somebody on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, meeting on Monday too.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Pay attention.
Get it together.
pay attention.
Yeah, what the remaining on that balance on that bike trail is 120,511.
That's after the 2 big drafts that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the total on that cost of the trail is 606,546.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
606,546.
Do you have a complete breakdown of that?
Well, I don't exactly, but I'm just reading what I just received this evening on
Gotcha.
the agenda.
Yeah.
Brought up, I didn't want you guys to have your cup full of hope.
Nope, that's good. That's not too far off because I talked to Angela about the actual. I have the breakdown of it, and the total that I previously had was 625,000. So that's actually under what the numbers that I have.
Well, again, the meeting that was, when that trail was passed, because of the prevailing wage, et cetera, was supposed to be 562,000. Okay, not 620,000. And we did not budget for 620,000. So we're actually over budget by 60. We have to drop the fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still don't wholly agree with that whole prevailing wage thing. That's kind of a contractor error. I feel like they should have ate that, but
You know that it was
Neither
not
here nor there.
contractor error. It was not.
it was not.
That
It
was not.
it came there. It was missed by several people.
It was missed by the city.
Well, I understand it was missed by the city too, but as a contractor, if you submit a bid for a municipality, you should know that that's prevailing wage.
Yeah.
Like,
Well.
Neither
It
here nor
happens
there. It's
in-
Yeah.
done.
We
Yeah,
discussed
it's-
that later.
Yeah, it's over and done with. We
Yeah.
got to write the check either way. So
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, anybody else got anything on old business? We'll kind of jump in. So, all right. Well, basically, I brought a map up here. I know. Have you got any bids for the dog on the dog
Not
park
yet.
or anything?
Not yet.
All right. If we can kind of come in and if we can get that, then I got a map. Let's just kind of plan it out wherever you guys want it. I met with a ball contractor to redo the field up there and everything, and I got a couple ideas up there. That's gonna be
And
A little bit more expensive than what I thought it was gonna be to do that.
what all does the field need? I know
It,
you were
it
talking
just,
about
it needs redone.
I know you were talking about like the base
The,
mounting and
yeah,
stuff like that.
the whole field, you got sand on one side and
Yeah, I
hard
noticed-
as hell on the other side.
Noticed that at
Uh,
Harvest Moon.
one set of pins, and we have numerous people up there practicing, so, you know, it just needs engineered dirt put in up there. It needs pins set up. It actually needs to be cut, and I didn't realize that till he got his tape measure out when I met him and everything. It's like 360 on one side and like 320 on the other, so we're about 40 feet off as far as the
Fence.
your outfield.
Yeah.
As far as your outfield, foul poles need to be reset. They've been taken down, and you know it just needs work up there. And everything. So I met with him. He's gonna bid it out several different ways, and he hadn't come back with a bid yet for me. But he just I called him before I got here, and actually he called me right before I got up here, and he was thinking in that 140,000 range to redo it, and that's because when it rains between second and first base, there's a big old hole. That's putting French drains in there, re-engineered dirt, 3 or 4 sets of pins for different.
Cause like Little League and stuff.
Oh yeah,
softball's all
everything from
different.
T-ball to our old people softball to junior high. You know, because when the junior high go up there and practice, they just pull bases up and I just put them pretty much clear out in the outfield. You know, right there at the outfield line. So.
Gotcha.
And the high school does use it. Junior high uses it quite a bit when it's not muddy. And everything. And then he did send me some different skins. And we can if you guys want to go over here, come over here and look. Get a map. Let me bring up this email. This is kind of something that they have at Lee Summit, where if we don't want to pretty much tear it, if you hold that down, if they pretty much don't want to tear that down, they go in and they can do a tee with a fence, and then you can have 4 different practice fields up here. You know, very easy to throw down bases. You know, he goes, that's up at Lee Summit, which this is off the side. And over here, he didn't send me his full picture, was a kind of like what they have at, used to be at Stratford, where they had, you know, like 6 different ball fields, and it all went to a central point. Home base was in the middle, or, you know, home base was butted up to each other and everything, a whole complex. But this is kind of, you know, because when Shadow Rock's flooded, this is the only place to practice up here. We've played softball up there. There's been little league teams up there practicing before, soccer teams up there practicing. You know, you can't practice at the high school unless you have ties at the high school, you know, unless you're either an employee or family member of somebody, so.
And you're stating that here though?
Yeah, I was thinking right in here.
Well, the problem with that is the lease with the fair board.
On this?
Yeah,
No,
No,
no, just where the track is,
right here.
yes.
yeah. The fair board.
Includes this.
But the fair board includes this on this side.
Well, through,
Not down past this.
No, right here. This comes over and then they come up along here and then back
That
over.
follows the baseball field ground.
but the contract has been null and void now.
So there is no, they don't have a contract for
Well,
that?
what I'm pushing for is for them to keep using the track, but for them to allow them to use the entire facility and whatever's there, they can't anymore.
Well, this is not gonna take up. In fact, we've already, in one of the master plans, and I haven't, John Day hadn't ever got with me, we actually had like a backstop up here, another backstop down here, you know, doing.
So you're
Right.
wanting to turn the entire park into a baseball?
Well, it's just, it's something easy.
Yeah, the biggest thing is I mean, like, we use that whole area for Harvest Moon.
Well, I know, but all this is just gonna be is just a T. If you can look on here on this picture, all it's gonna be is just chain link fence, just as a T. You know, it's just basically squared off.
Or you
Square.
could do two, right? Or-
Yeah, you could do two. We could do. We don't have to do, you know, four. I mean, you could do two of them.
But not actual fields.
But yeah, it's just basically grass. You know, it's just basically grass. You're playing on grass, throw down bases, and that way you have room up there for two different little league teams, two different, you know.
With a huge fence in the middle of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
we had-
separate
That's the
it.
thing. I mean,
We had
that's the thing.
1,400 cars in and out of there.
You're taking up our space.
Harvest
as
Moon
well. I mean,
Saturday.
that's the thing, to have vents up there. That's
And it
something.
allows no growth if that ever wanted to be, because I know there's talk, because this is the playground that is horribly designed, but there is talk of actually moving that playground and doing something else with that area. And that was something I've talked to Missy about, is actually putting the dog park in this area and moving that out, because it's not compliant at all. The way it sits, it's not compliant ADA or anything like that.
Yeah, the parking's on the wrong side. Like,
Yep.
everything about that spot's the wrong side.
Yeah.
I'm not against like expanding or having another ball field or anything like that. It's just that whole area. I mean, like I said, we had-
This is just
we had-
ideas. I mean,
Yeah, no,
that's
no,
why
no.
we're getting the thing out. You know, I was thinking the dog would run right in here.
Yeah.
that was our original
That's what
thought.
our original thought
Yeah.
was,
But the problem
But-
is all the ADA compliance with the
Exactly.
playground.
playground.
She said they could keep the fence.
Yep.
Where the playground
Mhm.
is.
For the dog.
For the
Yeah, for the dog, yeah.
So
Exactly.
it would be,
That way we.
I agree on that, because it is like, when we're up here, and Caleb can attest, when we're up here playing softball and kids running across, you get people that
Yeah,
come in late at night or
Yeah.
late, you know, for a game, and they're busting ass coming in.
Yep.
I mean, it does get scary with kids running
Yeah.
back and forth.
Oh, absolutely.
And I've even asked, to put more lights up there.
Yeah.
Because it
It
does
needs
need,
more lights.
it does
Yeah.
need lit up more, because it gets dark in this
It's
area.
pretty much dark in here,
Yeah,
Pretty well.
and I mean, I think you will have lights around here, don't we?
yeah, oh yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Yeah, there's a night light off of, I think, two corners of the building here, and then you have a little small night light here, but I've asked, if we could put in a, you know, dusted on yard light, you know, somewhere over here, and then maybe even another light directing off of that, you know, to light up that
That helps
intersection.
with the theft problems and stuff too. Just
Yeah.
having a light up there to keep people from. If there's a light, they're kind of like mice. People don't
Yeah.
roam around in the dark here as much.
What are, depending on pending the lease, obviously, with the fair board and everything that ends up happening with that, what would, in a world that this is gone, what would be the chances of utilizing more of this area for the ballpark?
Real steep.
I
This
mean,
is
I
all-
know,
This is
yeah.
all filled, and that's what, they have an agreement with the county to bring all road fill,
Yeah,
et cetera.
all the
Yeah.
tornado
Trying to get,
stuff, yeah.
trying to get this, cause I mean, there we are, there's the land, which is all wooded and,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's,
right.
it's,
It's-
cause
oh, yeah.
I've
It's-
parked and walked along
Yeah,
this, I know
it's-
it's pretty
it's
steep,
tough.
but saying almost keeping this ball field and if in the grand scheme this wasn't here or something, utilizing all of this area along this way for.
Well, right now, the way it is right now, this has got, you got a road cut right in here, and this is it's a big cut. You're down, you probably got a 6-foot cut
Yeah.
between the top here and then the actual road.
Pretty big.
And they have a road right now running construction field, I guess, back down in there.
Yeah, they were. taking a
So,
bunch
I
of-
mean, even when we try to go find balls over there, you got about a 4-foot jump down right here to get down to the,
That's why they put the track in there, cause you gotta jump.
Yeah.
It's big old, it's
yeah.
Okay,
steep, that's why we put the track down there.
makes sense.
When we first built that, that was a prime spot, cause it's way back in the back and it's lower than all the others.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when we walked this for Harvest Moon with the chamber and the chief of police and fire chief, this stage is in such a horrible spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's facing the wrong direction, the seating sucks, it's just,
Well, there is no seating, it's
Well,
just
yeah.
it's just a building and a stage,
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah.
not, it's not
You
level,
can't even
so you
put
can't
in,
put chairs
yeah,
and stuff up.
you put chairs and you're gonna
And-
roll down the hill.
And there's a huge lack of power, I mean, there's power right there,
Yeah,
but there's a whole bunch of power up here.
But there's a whole bunch of power here too, somewhere along in here.
Yeah, there's a power.
There's a whole bunch of power
junction
right
thing.
here.
Yeah,
Because when they had the carnival, this is where all the carnies stayed.
Yep.
And they went back in there.
Yep.
And they run all that power.
Yeah.
So I know there's power here.
the Chiefs and I, what we were talking about was, obviously it's not easy, or just to either move this stage, since it's on, legs, it would be movable. It needs to be up here.
Yeah.
That way, the stage is on a level ground, you can seat around it.
Facing downhill.
Well, yeah, and then all of the event stuff. All the vendors were down here on the unlevel for Harvest Moon, when they really should have been up here, and then everybody parks
See,
down
there's
here.
power here too.
There's all those
There's
RV
four
hotels.
RV
yeah, there's garbage, yeah.
When will the lease stuff with the fair board be tentatively?
It's, apparently it is supposed to be over. They
So-
were allowed 2 more events this year, and November was the cutoff.
So my deal with the whole fair board thing is, it puts too many hands in the puzzle. So like the chamber deal, we came last January and got city approval to do Harvest Moon October 8th, and everything was approved. And then in April, the fair board approached us and said, hey, we're having our derby that day. You guys need to move your event. And we're like, our event's been planned for 4 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Complete miscommunication.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
never-
it's, yeah.
so we went to them and we're like, hey, our event ends when your event's starting. Like, this just makes a huge day for Forsyth. Like, it would have been awesome.
But the whole,
Nobody wanted to work together.
but it came down that, these folks for the last 5 years haven't really communicated, whether it's Harvest Moon, the city, et cetera.
Yeah.
That was the point of contention with them.
Well, my big thing is so if someone has to have an event, whether it's a ball tournament or Harvest Moon or whatever you want to do up there, you got to come ask the city for permission,
Yes, you do.
and then you got to go ask the fair board for permission,
Not now.
and that's my thing. It's
Yeah.
like,
When, my point to asking that question is.
I believe it's
when-
all been, I'll have to talk to Hank, because sometimes we're kept in the dark too.
yeah,
And find out if it's been finalized, the judge has stamped his approval, et cetera, et cetera.
Cause I ask that because it becomes very difficult for us as a board to even trying to make plans and creating a master plan for this property. When it's like, well, you can use this side, but you can't use this side because of that agreement, and it's hard for us to even try to attempt to make plans when we're like, well, we don't know if we can use
I
anything.
totally agree with you, and that includes letting these homeowners, they have to be given notice if you make a dog park here.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
a voice
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
And same with concerts,
Yeah.
but we're stuck with nothing but mountain range here.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah,
basically,
But that's
that's
where you guys
just
have brought up,
useless stuff.
concerts in the, you know what I mean?
well, the nice thing about moving the stage
Cut
up
something
here
here, I don't know.
is all the sound's
you know,
going away
for
from
your
the houses
mountain
there.
Yeah.
concert area.
Because when you got big ass speakers pointing the other way, you can be standing behind it
For a
and
while.
What's the
Yeah,
elevation
it's quiet.
difference in this?
Especially up there.
in this plot?
Yeah,
33.
I don't know if you guys know where our shop is, but I can hear the down
50
derby
down
from
to
the shop
50.
when they're having it.
There's
Just
some
because of the way the
steep
hollow
things.
is.
Yeah,
the way
this is
everything-
all steep.
It's all
From-
steep.
Yeah, that drops.
Yeah,
that-
it
drops.
just,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's.
I think the
it
low
drops.
point-
Is there a flat area in there at all? Have anybody been back there?
this area here is
Flattish, anyway?
Flattish.
travelable,
Yeah.
if you wanna call it that.
Well, I mean, say you wanna build you wanna do concerts, is there an area there? Cause they could park here and walk down to your concert. But we're stuck with this. This doesn't give you a whole lot of
Kinda like-
space to
No.
play.
Kinda like, the amphitheater over in Lincoln.
Yeah,
Clean this off,
Which brings in a lot.
but which brings in a lot. Cleaning this off, you can't do anything and, but,
Because to me, just for those people that do live there, I mean, that was one of my only concerns with having a dog park here. I was seeing the dogs bark all day. People already complain about dogs barking. I know they're going to be using in day use in there, but it's still annoying, and some people don't like dogs, which I think are inhuman people, but but that's besides the point. And then if we did do a concert, cause it would be nice to be able to keep this area, ball fields, playgrounds, that sort of thing, and being able to utilize the rest of this, to even put the dog park down venture this
Well,
way.
why couldn't, I mean, Cliff's I'm glad he brought this up. I mean, these ball fields are gonna be multi-purpose. You can't park on them, but you could have a concert on the grass. I mean, we'd have to clean up the infield, we know that,
Yeah.
kind of thing. We'd have to be careful, you know, but if they're multi-use,
Yeah, really the only thing I've got against the ball field is just the fence,
Yeah.
cause it
Do
just,
we have to put a fence in there?
For the,
across, you know, like
Yeah.
across here or
No.
whatever.
I mean, do we actually have to put a fence in there, or can we?
no, I mean,
I know,
when I first looked at it, and which he kind of threw that design out, but I was looking at just a backstop right here, and that'd be done, you know,
Yeah.
just a backstop,
I mean, I
and be done with it,
I like
and
the-
you have,
I like the
throw
idea,
out, you know, throw out bases,
but
and,
I wouldn't put no fence in here,
cause it just,
because then we can
Yeah.
use it, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If
Oh, I
you put
know.
a fence in here, we can't use it for nothing, you know what I mean? If we could put a ball, what you're talking about,
we
Yeah.
got 7 acres.
in here, then we'll be fine.
But you still got parking, no matter what. You double the park, double the fields, you're gonna have twice as many people. If you have a big concert,
Yeah.
well, because I've been to your Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Our cars filled up, took the whole,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
It
we
was
used-
full.
What,
this whole
5,000
thing was,
people
yeah, it was
attended?
full from here, I mean, it was.
yeah, we used all of it, and
All
we
of
actually,
it.
we actually had planned for overflow parking both at the church across the road and the river, which we
I mean, if you
didn't
guys
have to
wanna,
use, thankfully.
if you guys wanna jumpstart this thing and going forward, we gotta find out how far we can fill this in, how many acres we can reclaim that would be usable for you, instead of trying to do, terraforming down in here, you know, where it's gonna be twice the cost.
So if that's a field, if you guys want that filled in, why is it all blocked off here?
I have no idea, I'm not.
Marcia's
What
here
about-
providing
what do you
what
say?
information he has.
So-
It's,
If
it's,
this is all
all we,
filled-
yeah.
If this is all, if they want all this field right here, why is there a gate that's crossed here now?
The reason they put the gate up is because most people, they were bringing so much stuff that isn't good for fill, like trees
think-
and stuff like that, where then we're stuck.
Well,
burning
it's
it,
like
exposing it,
the
and all
city
that
even,
stuff.
I mean, you know, they have it open for, city residents and everything,
storm
but
damage.
then you get contractors and everybody else,
Yeah.
you know.
What are you looking at me for? I got permission.
So-
What are you looking at me for? I got permission. I did. It burns, just leaves, it burns.
From who?
If you leave stuff open, people
Yeah.
use it, that
Yeah.
things get trashed.
Well, and people are in there milling around because,
But
I mean,
don't.
but, well, I mean, if anybody knows anything about the thing, all they gotta do is just come
Oh,
in
yeah,
and drive it
yeah,
that
I
way,
do,
so,
I do too,
yeah.
yeah, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
And if we're gonna allow the county to continue dumping fill, that's not land waste like trees and stuff like that, surely we can set somebody up with a key, like we're all competent adults.
I think the county's already got a key
I was
to
gonna
it.
say, they
Yeah,
probably got
I
one,
think
so.
the county's already got a key
Yeah.
to it. And then I know this place here was dumping a lot because we've been out there playing softball and,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hot and heavy
Oh,
with
yeah.
trucks
Yeah.
going down in there.
Yeah, they,
But they're moving dirt from up
Yeah,
here
Yeah.
and
it was
dumping
stuff.
down there, 'cause they don't know where to dump.
Yeah,
That's what they're doing.
There's been no new road cuts anywhere that we can take that, though, that we can say, hey, we
No.
like that.
Yeah.
Because
There is-
usually, they use it to build a berm or a bridge, you know, something, they use it for something.
Yeah.
But no road cuts anywhere.
Now, I like your idea, Clint, but I mean, it's just a fence. I mean, my biggest thing is
Yeah.
the fence. That's the only thing that I don't like is the fence.
Is it, just so I understand, because that picture makes it look like there is dirt or sand in,
it just, I mean, you could, it's just a X fence
correct?
and everything, and then you just have, you could, design a field, throw out grass, it's just a grass infield, it's just,
Okay,
however many places, 2 places to, where you throw out a home base and 3 bases and go,
Okay.
it's not,
because that would be my only other concern other than the fence is if we spend money to,
no, I don't
dump
wanna
dirt
tear,
and
I don't wanna
sand
tear
and,
out dirt
and then we
and do
go in there and
dirt
use it and
infield,
then
no,
we've destroyed what has
Different
been
story.
built, yeah.
no.
What's it cost to build a brand new ball field?
A brand new ball field,
No,
on a level ground?
well, nothing that's,
Um,
that's.
you're
way
probably
out
looking
there.
about 400.
And you said, give or take, obviously, to fix what we have
About 140.
is 140.
That's going in, tearing this out, going in.
Is the left side the long side there?
Do what?
Is the left side the long
Yeah.
side? Yeah, it looks like it on the map.
And putting engineered dirt in there, putting drains in to where this drains up, mounding the kind of the pitcher's mound up a little bit, doing some irrigation because I've had Nathan up there a couple times in the summertime because it's dry as a popcorn fart, and you know, with the fire truck watering it. There is irrigation out there, but I think it's just out in the grass area. I don't think
Does it
it's
work?
anywhere. Who knows?
Do we know where the box is? for?
Yeah, yeah. Your boxes are just right in here.
For
yeah,
the-
for the irrigation. Yeah, there's irrigation
It's
up
just a
there.
matter of turning them on and see if they work.
But
Watch where the water bubbles.
you know,
That's it.
but and my deal was is off of that, since you already have your water main right here,
Uh-huh.
just come in and let's just do a the fire department hose, you know, and we just purchased, you know, 50 feet of
Yeah.
you know, 1-inch hose or something
We
like that.
water down.
Where we can at least water it down.
Knock the dust down with your plane.
Oh, I've been up there dragging the field, and there was a family doing a birthday party.
Oh, no.
I dusted them out like like no other.
See, and that's what I don't like about that. See, you got this here, like if you're up there working,
Yeah.
perfect instance. You dust.
Well, it didn't matter if you were up there playing ball. I've dusted people out playing ball. I've
Oh,
dusted
right.
people out over there.
Yeah.
It just all depends on which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah,
You know, everything. But
Have you had the opportunity to look to see if there's any grants available for that?
I haven't.
We're still waiting to talk, I'm still waiting to talk to.
Yeah, I've talked to Debbie on.
And to Missy, and we're gonna
About
get
the tennis,
together
the
during
tennis courts?
yeah, and all this, so,
Yeah.
and pickleball and, you know, different things like that. So,
And this company too, they can resurface this and redo it, and they could do the one down in the park too. They could resurface it
What's
so
this
we've
half
already
one?
got a
What-
grant
That's,
started for that.
for that one.
For the
Okay.
resurfacing.
What's the
Okay.
half one for?
It's a basketball or not a basketball. It's a tennis. It's a tennis deal. That wall is built at an angle, and you got different levels, and you go up there. You play tennis. You play tennis with yourself basically, and you hit it on the wall, and it's supposed to come back in a certain.
play handball there too, I imagine.
Yeah, you do whatever you want, but yeah. This here was in cooperation with the county. The county actually paid for the asphalt to be laid. They did the dirt work and then the asphalt, and then the city finished the rest of it.
And other than grants, if we don't have any money right now, or when.
Yeah.
We don't. To be honest, there's no money.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk and talk and talk, but is there no way to get any of this done with any current funds? There aren't any.
There is no.
No.
No, I don't think so.
There aren't any funds.
Unless we have no funds.
So we're gonna keep you busy writing grants. That's
Yeah,
I mean, you
we've
could come
got,
up with, if you wanna wipe this slate clean, this is bad area, this is bad, this is set up wrong, electrical is all here along with it, it's all messed up. But to incorporate the whole thing in a plan, get rid of this, relocate, you know what I mean?
Relocate.
Yeah, relocate, that's gotta be, I was there, that is
That's
a horrible
gotta-
place.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Bad.
This is out in the middle of everywhere, so that you can walk, there's the
Cook shack.
concession,
Yeah.
cook
Yeah,
shop.
these are this is the restaurant.
That's the
Yeah,
restaurant,
yeah.
You know, so it can all be consolidated and put in a nice little shoebox type area and give you this space back.
I mean, I don't know if I really get rid of this arena,
No.
But those,
because you can do a lot of things in that arena.
There's too many riding clubs. The only reason the riding club quit because the past fair board people would leave. They wouldn't clean it up. A horse
That's why
got in
I'm
there and
not
got
on the fair
maimed,
board,
and
because they don't want to do
metal
that.
and all that stuff.
yeah, and all the
They
metal
just-
from the demo derbies
Yeah.
and everything else.
But they do clean it.
Huh?
They do clean this one. They try to.
Yeah.
I know for a
Now,
fact.
we gotta make sure that this is finalized, okay?
well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
completely. Because it is a lease, they don't run it, we we've given them permission to use it.
Yeah.
And whether this comes down or not, and if they do come in and reclaim everything, they'll take their buildings, all the,
Unless
Seating.
unless you offer them to buy them.
something, well, whatever that has.
What
The
money?
bathroom, yeah, I mean, and be honest, whoever designed these frickin' bathrooms, okay?
Oh my God.
Let's
Yeah.
take a green, 8-inch or 10-inch, 12-inch pipe and cut it in half and everybody peeing in,
There
you
go.
know?
Yeah,
Now,
Exactly.
come on,
yeah.
I've read the Fair Board lease, they don't have any grounds to take anything.
That, we'll leave that up to the judge, okay? We have, that's why that's why we haven't locked the place down yet.
Now, I know that there's been multiple master plans made for this. I know you've talked about those master plans. Do we know where those are?
Without digging through I gotta get with John Day. I'm hoping HDR had, cause he did a couple of them for us for free, and I'm hoping he still has a thumb drive of them or somewhere stored on his
I've
computer.
got one or two that Dustin sent me last year, I think. But I don't know
I'd
how
like to
new it is.
see-
It was from like 2010 or so, I think.
What they had in mind, so, I mean,
Basically, when Anton and I was on the council members, aldermans, I mean, it was, basically this one, and then you had another ball field right here, you had another ball field, going back this way, a smaller one. This was actually the smaller design one. This one was here. That's why we put basically the concession stand right there. I think the playground's always been over here at this area, plans for the playground over here, which is kind of piss poor because of all the traffic coming in. But originally, this was to be blocked off, and you actually came in this way. And, the parking was right in there.
It needs to be. I mean, I guess don't.
You know.
But
But I like the idea of, putting a playground over here, moving a pavilion, because you already got a pavilion, right back here, you got a pavilion. There might be, I think there's another pavilion over here, a little small picnic pavilion off over here. There's really no pavilions off over here. I'd like to get one somewhere over here on this
I
side.
don't think you can move this pavilion.
No.
But that's fine.
But that's fine. I mean, if we put the dog park
Dog
there,
park's right here.
that'll be a nice
Still-
pavilion
Yeah,
for
it'd be nice
right
to-
It'd be
there.
nice to have it
Yeah.
there.
But it just doesn't need to be there for kids to play in a playground, because this, I'm telling you, I don't know how many times, was a
Yeah.
close call with a kid running out, or,
I agree. I agree.
you know how it takes
They need to have, like,
a
one way
village to
in.
raise a kid, and, there'd be multiple moms or whoever, kind of keeping an eye on the kids running back
Yeah.
and forth.
I mean, I agree, that's,
If we do something and move it over here, this needs to be lit up.
oh, absolutely.
It needs to be lit up better. Yeah.
to be quite honest with you, all this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you, this all needs to be lit up.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's way dark, it's too dark.
Oh yeah, I turn the lights out and hell, you can't see your hand in front of your
You
face.
can't.
That's all we got.
You can't.
Yeah,
I'm with you on lighting,
yeah. I'd even like to have, say we do keep this road or whatever, even a couple of dusted dawn lights pointing this way, just to kind of give this area a little bit, because people park right in here for softball, and then they start parking in over here for softball.
Do these people have to be consulted about lighting and all?
No, I don't think so.
I don't.
And
They
if
did.
allowed for a park
They did
for kids,
because when I
I don't know
was-
why they would complain about a dog park. Dogs
They-
are quieter than
I
kids.
don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I agree,
I don't think.
I agree.
Well, the original plan is the Lions Club, well, Gary Gorman come to us, I was on the Alderman, he come to us and it's like, hey, we wanna put in a playground, and we want it to be the inclusive and, for the touch field, include, kinda like what they got over at Branson and everything. Well, they never could get their funding and everything, so that's where, that went on and on for probably 5 years, and they just never could get their funding for it
Okay.
and stuff. But I think at that point, when we were looking at that, we did send out a flyer, and nobody protested
Yeah,
about having
I
a
don't
playground
think they
there.
will, because that
Yeah.
dog park benefits all day.
Yeah,
And it'll
Then
just
it's-
be-
but as far as lights and everything else, I don't think they need to be, they don't.
Well, and I think The Branson Dog Park runs the same as the parks themselves, sun up to sundown. There's not actually set times, you're not supposed to be in the park after
Yeah.
sundown and everything like that, so,
Which would be about the same as a,
Be about the same as a playground.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
rough pass.
and when we do the lights, I mean,
Right,
just
right.
something else we need to think about are the ones that jump.
Yeah, the focus
Pollute.
lights.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, we need to go LED, they're not, you know, we looked at going, when we bought the lights for this, we looked at going LED, but the cost, back then versus LED versus sodium lights and everything, it wasn't worth it, and it would never pay off, just like solar. Solar never, you know, I don't care what they say, solar ain't
Oh, come
good.
on now.
Solar ain't never gonna pay off,
You can save so much money.
You can save so
Yeah.
much money.
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah,
You
Off
can,
your electric bill, bub.
you can
Come
save,
on.
you can save White River a bunch of money by
Yeah.
Yeah.
hooking the solar.
Yeah.
yeah.
We
So,
have solar in it. doesn't
But we-
pay off. They had it in Texas and it paid off.
we,
But all when the
we switched
Republicans
one of our
made
parks
the
all the way out
freeze,
to
we
LEDs.
weren't covered.
And it paid, I mean, that first year, it paid for itself buying all the LEDs. Now, we had to add some LEDs because you couldn't get the
You don't get the
brightness, you
general
don't get
light.
to, yeah, you don't get as much brightness and
They're more
as
focused.
coverage of that, but yeah, I mean, we got our whole KK and Track 3, I think, or no, KK park, and then I think over at the wheel, I think those are all LED too, so.
I mean,
In the county
if
budget,
we worry about other things, we need to worry about the light pollution too.
Oh, yeah.
oh, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
love my view, but I've got all the crappy lights down in Shadow Rock, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that affects our view,
Yeah.
and at night, you know, it's
Oh, yeah.
kind of,
No,
And I did talk to him about, when he come down, he was headed to, his family's over Thanksgiving weekend. And he stopped by, and I took him down to Shadow Rock and looked at it, just reseeding Shadow Rock, because when it ain't flooded, there's people, teams down there playing, you know, practicing. So I asked him, you know, hey, what good grass would we throw in there that's kind of hardy even for, you know, flood, you know, because it does flood, you know, knock on wood, it didn't flood this year, who knows about next year. It's kind of up in the air, but, he thought he had a good suggestion for grass, and then grass that infield, and, you know, just, maybe redoing, because the pins have got washed up, they're gone, and maybe doing one set of pins down there and throwing some bases down there, and, you know, something very minimal dollar wise, you know, on that.
You're not gonna,
Because it does get utilized, when that park's open, I mean, it's, yeah,
we got utilized all this year.
yeah.
I mean, it knocks
Yeah, it was nonstop, there
I
was
mean,
people
there's-
down there.
Yeah.
nonstop down there.
Well, I even almost loaded up the dragger and went down. I almost went, and I was like, "Shit, am I gonna be that? I don't want to be that too energetic, you know." And go down there and at least drag it once to get all the crap out of it. But everything, I think we reseeded down there, let it grow over, and you know, we'll do a grass infield down there, throw a base, you know, throw a set of bases down there and just let it go.
I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna put my minutes, because all of this is.
Oh, just put.
So, you know, we're
Just put a
going
discussion on the solar brand,
Development,
yeah,
development,
development,
of Shoals Bay.
Yeah, just-
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Just make it, play it easy.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Because all I've got right now is a long list of things people want me to write grants for. Well, that's all good and well, but we're gonna need some help with feedback, we're gonna need a lot of help with information. that we
Well,
have to
at one
use.
point, we, did the Redbird Roost grant, and everything, and we were just like one off of getting that grant, and that was basically, they come in and they bought, it wasn't anything on construction wise, but they actually bought gloves, baseballs, bats and everything, and it was basically to get a league started. And that's my ultimate goal, is we have so many kids, and Caleb can attest to that, is we need to get some more diverse fields. We need to start pulling, you know, Little League and Coach Pitch, and stuff like that out of
Count a lot of those
Branson.
bring money in as well,
Huh?
because they count a lot of those bring
Oh,
money in
yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
because they have to pay the league
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
things and all, so.
Because everybody hates Branson. Everybody, I mean, that's why the softball's been fairly, you know, I mean, shoot, one year, or, when was it, last spring, I think it was, I had like 10 teams and we just can't do,
Math doesn't want.
we just can't do 10 teams, you know, just, there's not enough time, you know, time slots in the day to do 10 teams, 5 games, so,
Plus Branson's about to be all hooked up with that new turf,
yeah,
with the rec.
yeah.
Possibly 140 to fix it.
And everything, well, plus they're, I mean, they're what, $300-400 a team, where we're,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that, it just also.
And which it does bring in another set of issues for me too, because they're all competitive, and this over here,
That's why I brought
it's a straight house beer league, and I don't care what you say, it's a beer league. Like, you know, if you wanna be competitive, you go back over to Branson, you know.
Yeah.
That's
we're not-
also from the youth standpoint too.
Yeah, but from the youth standpoint though, we gotta get something. We gotta,
Yeah.
we need to get something in Forsyth. Alright, well, it just kinda gives us some food for thought. I know, Debbie and Bob they gotta be home by 7. Caleb was going to the school program, but he's got sick kiddos, but I said 30 to
Go
45
watch the
minutes,
other
so.
kids, come on.
Did you get this from planning and zoning?
Huh?
Who printed this?
I got connections.
Well, I know. Well, we were talking about the Harvest Moon layout, because, did you go to Harvest Moon at all?
No,
Well, we put all the vendors down here, well,
Yeah.
you know it's not level.
yeah,
It sucks setting up a tent down here.
yeah.
Well, I wanna switch it, that's why I was asking, cause this should.
No, I got it from, the GIS department.
Oh, okay.
My aunt's, Tanya, so.
Oh, yeah.
She prints me out
I
pretty
would
much
say
anything I
that's
want,
a
so.
good end to have.
Yeah, no, actually Andy went down and had this printed out, and she called me on it and stuff, so. She
This
goes,
is
"What do
the
you
first
want?"
time I've had. a
Andy
good
come
visual
down and wanted
as well.
something, and she goes, "What do you want?" And I was like, told her this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's just whatever Andy, you know, requested. Just- Because there was a difference in, somewhere, the city thinks there's more acreage in here, but there's, I mean, basically, there's only 70 acres in here.
Yeah, I'd heard 80 before.
Yeah,
but
or
every time I
it
looked,
was like 80 to 90, and that's why we were like, where the hell's all this, you know, stuff? Where is it, you know? And it's not. There's, you know, I mean, you can tell by here, there's 70 acres. Oh, this pretty much from here down is trash. Yeah,
Oh,
it's trash.
It's rough.
Yeah,
We
it's
could
trash.
do
You know,
a
that.
area like Red Rock in Colorado. We've
No,
got
yeah.
concerts and all there, that's no big deal. Or dirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta be an avid hiker to get in and out.
Oh, it's rough back in there. I've hiked a little bit back in there in the past.
Oh, we have a zip
I
line.
actually, I've been,
There's a pretty good trail.
actually, I think I've been all the way back down into
There
there,
is a
if I
trail.
remember right. This is right in through here.
Don't that trail stop down here?
Yeah,
It looks
I
like
think
it's
so.
dead ends down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right here. 'Cause it's-
So when they say we gave you all this acreage, true, but
Yeah, this,
it has limitations,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Yeah, we didn't get the good acreage. We got
Those guys are.
crappy.
The mayor asked me to send a couple.
But I mean, that's just good to know, so when people say, well, what are y'all doing with all that acreage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, even with the whole Remus property up there, you had, this was back many moons
You know what
ago,
I
that
mean? Flipped over.
where the CAM and that storage center and everything else, that's not the city limits. But everything else is. That got rode in, that was yeah, and I know who did that, but,
Yeah, and everything on the right isn't in city limits.
yep. There's that one little stretch in there that's not,
That's not city limits,
that's
yeah.
not city
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
Not the city limits, but everything else is,
Yeah, it's stupid.
yeah.
Can we put some signs over that out there?
I go, what?
Yeah.
How did that get,
How did that,
that was a backyard handshake,
yeah, Yeah.
deal that got, when they went at the annex in, that some people had, prominent people had owned that property and didn't want it in the
What
city
is
limits.
all this? Is this?
That's that, the Great
Yeah,
Escape.
That's a
okay.
great
That's that campground.
That's what I thought.
See, and then up here, you have, up here's where their new stuff is, and then over here is the senior center.
The senior center.
The farmer's market.
Huh?
Farmers
Where the
market.
farmer's market
They're
is, yeah.
building, they're
The farmer's
supposedly
market. Yeah, they're
breaking
putting
ground
in-
soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and they're built, yeah,
They're building something, isn't it?
well,
The
they're
senior
going-
center.
Yeah, they're building a new senior center.
And they're doing, they've got the land now to do, so you can go out and do your own gardens.
They do
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're building little garden things, so.
and that's
Well,
going
that's-
to be
yeah.
fenced in and all too, so. So
Back
this
when
will
Bridge
be
of
a
Faith
hot
did that at
area.
Rockaway Beach, that was a hot, that was a, that worked out great, but then somebody with the city didn't like it and they, you know, and, yeah, I don't know, it was one of the aldermen or something like that threw a hissy fit and
Really?
they had to quit doing it, but they did that for a couple of years. Now they moved it, they have their own little greenhouse and stuff up by the church up there on the backside of the ball
This
field.
is
what I
a
thought.
community
Yeah.
garden, they're gonna
Yeah.
have to raise it,
Yeah.
but again, it's, you know, they're having to raise the money
Yeah.
and all to do that.
Well,
too, so.
Don't sell the senior center short, buddy. They bought that property and they
Yeah.
paid that off in like 3 years, 3 to 5 years.
We know how to manage our.
Man, I'll tell you what, yeah, I was impressed with them. And I knew the original lady that passed away that actually started all that. I can't think what her name is, but yeah, she was a smart cookie, man. But I'm impressed though. They got it paid off that quick, so.
And if there's any problems with the dog park, we just seek the opioid law,
Yeah.
because they will get it taken care of.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Motion
I don't
to
think so.
adjourn.
The acre.
I'll motion to adjourn.
You come.
All right.
I'll
Second.
second it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
My cup was